from my father's house. Then you will be free from my oath when you come to my clan. And if they will not give her to you, you will be free from my oath. I came today to the spring and said, O Lord, the God of my master Abraham, if now you are prospering the way that I go, behold, I'm standing by the spring of water. Let the virgin who comes out to draw water, to whom I shall say, please give me a little water from your jar to drink, and who will say to me, drink, and I will draw for your camels also. Let her be the woman whom the Lord has appointed for my master's son. Before I had finished speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came out with her water jar on her shoulder, and she went down to the spring and drew water. I said to her, please let me drink. She quickly let down her jar from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give your camels drink also. So I drank, and she gave the camels drink also. Then I asked her, whose daughter are you? She said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore to him. So I put the ring on her nose and the bracelet on her arms. Then I bowed my head and worshiped the Lord and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who had led me by the right way to take the daughter of my master's kinsman for his son. Now then, if you're going to show steadfast love and faithfulness to my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left.
Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said,
the thing has come from the Lord. We cannot speak to you bad or good.
Behold, Rebekah is before you. Take her and go, and let her be the wife of your master's son, as the Lord has spoken.
When Abraham's servant heard their words, he put himself to the earth before the Lord. And the servant brought out jewelry of silver and of gold, and garments, and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave to her brother and to her mother costly ornaments. And he and the men who were with him ate and drank, and they spent the night there. When they arose in the morning, he said,
send me away to my master.
Her brother and her mother said,
let the young woman remain with us a while, at least 10 days. After that, she may go.
But he said to them,
do not delay me, since the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away, that I may go to my master.
They said,
let us call the young woman and ask her.
And they called Rebekah and said to her,
will you go with this man?
She said,
I will go.
So they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her,
our sister, may you become thousands of 10,000s, and may your offspring possess the gate of those who hate him.
Then Rebekah and her young women arose and rode on the camels and followed the man. Thus the servant took Rebekah and went his way. Now Isaac had returned from Beer Lahairoi and was dwelling in the Negev. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field toward evening. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, there were camels coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she dismounted from the camel and said to the servant,
who is that man walking in the field to meet us?
The servant said,
it is my master.
So she took her veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into the tent of Sarah, his mother, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Genesis 25. Abraham took another wife, whose name was Keturah. She bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan fathered Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Dedan were Asherim, the Tushim and Leamim. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldaah. All these were the children of Keturah. Abraham gave all he had to Isaac, but to the sons of his concubines Abraham gave gifts. And while he was still living, he sent them away from his son Isaac, eastward to the east country. These are the days of the years of Abraham's life, 175 years. Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. Isaac and Ishmael, his sons, buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, east of Mamre, the field that Abraham purchased from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried with Sarah, his wife. After the death of Abraham, God blessed Isaac, his son, and Isaac settled at Beer-lahai-roi.
These are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's servant, bore to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ishmael, named in the order of their birth: Nebaioth, the firstborn of Ishmael, and Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names, by their villages and by their encampments, 12 princes according to their tribes. These are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. He breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which is opposite Egypt in the direction of Assyria. He settled over against all his kinsmen. These are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham fathered Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. And Isaac prayed to the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord granted his prayer, and Rebekah his wife conceived. The children struggled together within her, and she said,
If it is thus, why is this happening to me?
So she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her,
2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other. The older shall serve the younger.
When her days to give birth were completed, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red, all his body like a hairy cloak, so they called his name Esau. Afterward his brother came out with his hand holding Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. When the boys grew up, Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, while Jacob was a quiet man, dwelling in tents. Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once, when Jacob was cooking stew, Esau came in from the field and he was exhausted. And Esau said to Jacob,
Let me eat some of that red stew, for I am exhausted.
Therefore his name was called Edom. Jacob said,
Sell me your birthright now.
Esau said,
I am about to die. Of what use is a birthright to me?
Jacob said,
Swear to me now.
So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew. And he ate and drank and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Genesis 26. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said,
Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and to your offspring I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven, and will give to your offspring all these lands. And in your offspring all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws.
So Isaac settled in Gerar. When the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said,
She's my sister,
for he feared to say, my wife, thinking,
lest the men of the place should kill me because of Rebekah.
because she was attractive in appearance. When he had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out of a window and saw Isaac laughing with Rebekah, his wife. So Abimelech called Isaac and said,
Behold, she is your wife. How then could you say, she is my sister?
Isaac said to him,
Because I thought, lest I die because of her.
Abimelech said,
What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us.
So Abimelech warned all the people, saying,
Whoever toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death.
And Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and gained more and more until he became very wealthy. He had possessions of flocks and herds and many servants, so that the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped and filled with earth all the wells that his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father. And Abimelech said to Isaac,
Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we.
So Isaac departed from there and encamped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. And Isaac dug again the wells of water that had been dug in the days of Abraham his father, which the Philistines had stopped after the death of Abraham. And he gave them the names that his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of spring water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying,
The water is ours.
So he called the name of the well Esek, because they contended with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that also. So he called its name Sitnah. And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So he called its name Rehoboth, saying,
For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land.
From there he went up to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said,
I am the God of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you and will bless you, and multiply your offspring for my servant Abraham's sake.
So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. When Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzzath his advisor and Phicol the commander of his army, Isaac said to them,
Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you?
They said,
We see plainly that the Lord has been with you. So we said, Let there be a sworn pact between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord.
So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they rose early and exchanged them on their way, and they departed from him in peace. That same day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well that they had dug, and said to him,
We have found water.
He called it Shiva. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he took Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, to be his wife, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they made life bitter for Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis 27. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau, his older son, and said to him,
"My son."
And he answered,
"Here I am."
He said,
"Behold, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare for me delicious food, such as I love, and bring it to me so that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die."
Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob,
"I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare for me delicious food, that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice as I command you. Go to the flock and bring me 2 good young goats, so that I may prepare from them delicious food for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies."
But Jacob said to Rebekah his mother,
Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself, and not a blessing.
His mother said to him,
"Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go, bring them to me."
So he went and took them and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared delicious food, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau, her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And the skins of the young goats she put on his hands, and on the smooth part of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went in to his father and said,
My father?
And he said,
"Here I am. Who are you, my son?"
Jacob said to his father,
I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me.
But Isaac said to his son,
"How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?"
He answered,
Because the Lord your God granted me success.
Then Isaac said to Jacob,
"Please come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son, Esau, or not."
So Jacob went near to Isaac, his father, who felt him and said,
"The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau."
And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said,
"Are you really my son, Esau?"
He answered,
I am.
Then he said,
"Bring it near to me, that I may eat of my son's game and bless you."
So he brought it near to him, and he ate. And he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him,
"Come near and kiss me, my son."
So he came near and kissed him. And Isaac smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said,
"See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you of the dew of heaven and of the fatness of the earth and plenty of grain and wine. Let peoples serve you and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers. and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you.
As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also prepared delicious food and brought it to his father. And he said to his father,
"Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me."
His father Isaac said to him,
"Who are you?"
He answered,
"I am your son, your firstborn, Esau."
Then Isaac trembled very violently and said,
"Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me? And I ate it all before you came. And I have blessed him. Yes, and he shall be blessed."
As soon as Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father,
"Oh, bless me, even me also, O my father."
But he said,
"Your brother came, and he has taken away your blessing."
Esau said,
"Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing."
Then he said,
"Have you not reserved a blessing for me?"
Isaac answered and said to Esau,
"Behold, I have made him lord over you, and all his brothers I have given to him for servants. And with grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son?"
Esau said to his father,
"Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father."
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him,
"Behold, away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of heaven on high. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from your neck."
Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself,
"The days of mourning for my father are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob."
But the words of Esau, her older son, were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him,
Behold, your brother Esau comforts himself about you by planning to kill you. Now, therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee to Laban, my brother, in Haran, and stay with him a while until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you from there. Why should I be bereft of you both in one day?
Then Rebekah said to Isaac,
I loathe my life because of the Hittite women. If Jacob marries one of the Hittite women like these, one of the women of the land, what good will my life be to me?
Genesis 28. Then Isaac called Jacob and blessed him